Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. A man must have options. And one of my loyal supporters, he hit me up, and this dude was getting his with the game, right? He was getting his with the game, but then he let me know he was, just chilling out with one woman, and he was good with it. In fact, I've had several supporters say that. I've had several supporters say, you know what, Ron, I met this good woman, quality woman, I'm chilling out. They've sent pictures and everything. So it wasn't just one, and that's one of the things. Like one of the things, and I know someone who don't really listen to what I'm saying or might have seen maybe a particular video or just lump me in with a whole bunch of dudes just trying to run through a bunch of women. Whatever the case, they'll think, oh yeah, he just telling them how to be a player, how to run through women and stuff. It's like, no, I'm telling men how to have options, to do what he wants to do. So if he wants to run through women, that's his option. If he wants to be, deal with multiple women, whatever, that's his option. All I've said is just be honest about it. But if he wants to just deal with just one woman, that's his option as well. In fact, honestly, I've had more success stories, more testimony dealing just dudes just finding that right woman. I've had way more testimonies than that, than the other piece. In fact, I'd say 80% of the testimonies I got were based on a man finding that one quality woman. And then I say roughly 15% of the 20% of responses I get, it'll be guys, they just, just doing better with women. They just doing better. That's that 15%, and they might deal with multiple women, but they just doing better, right? And then maybe 5% is just strictly related to just dealing with multiple women, handling multiple women, and all of that. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool because ultimately it's about having the option. The option. See, one problem in this with many men, they don't have that option. There is a critical mass of men who marry a woman or get in a relationship with a woman because they don't have any other choice. And then another critical mass of men who can't even get that. They can't get anything. And that's why you got a lot of men out here complaining. They can't get a good woman or a woman, period, even a bad woman, right? Or, but I'm really concerned about the guys who got to settle with something. They might have to settle with some low-class, quality, ratchet-ass woman who might have 4 kids by 5 men. Like I said, always say, there's always paternity fraud in those cases, which is why many of them complaining. Like, I'm going to be honest. Let's be real. Let's keep it raw. Let's keep it raw. You get so many guys complaining about baby mamas and, like low-class women, talking about women with tats and weaves and all of that. They complaining. And, my solution always been, why you dealing with? Which they never really answer. And if they that focused, that tells me they don't have the option to deal with a better class of woman. And that having that option is more than just, getting your body together and dressing stylish. It's also where you're going. What environment are you in? Like, that's a key piece. It's not so much like what you doing, what your bait is to get the women, is the environment that you're in. That's one of the things. But even when you change environments, do you have the ability to get that higher class woman or that more sensible woman? And that's what a man has to work at so he can have the choice. He don't have to settle with one. Like, I'm going to be honest. I've seen, like, I know this one dude. I don't know him. I actually know the woman or acquainted with the woman. And, this dude married her. got about a staircase of kids, 4 kids, right? It's funny, she said she felt like he only dealt with her because she was the only woman that would sleep with him. And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't gonna lie, she's cool, but I was just like, damn. I mean, she knows it. She knew she had some issues, but he ain't have a choice. And now she feel like the dude all mad and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, if the dude was mad, they weren't married when the first baby popped out. Why you still there? But we won't get into that. But he didn't have an option of doing better or even dealing with her in the first place. You know, because you got a lot of guys, despite a bunch of men talking about they want dimes, knowing they getting some low hanging fruit. Knowing they just going for that, thinking, get their joint wet, but that condom tear, or they could be raw and feel like they can pull out, or the woman lying and say you got birth control or something, then you dealing with that. Now, you always want to be in a position where you have the options. Now, how you get in that position? Well, like I said, the foundation is the body game and just fixing yourself up, having that bait. Because one thing, when you have that physicality, that physical attractiveness plus the style, that draws a greater variety of women to you. Now, you know, class and culture and all that still play into it. But at the very least, you still do, even if you sticking within one class. But then a man getting himself together economically, financially, and this is not the trick. Let me be clear with that. A man's money has to be used to build himself up. What he does, his work, his career, and that's to give him access to other areas. Because if a woman wants to move up in class, in general class, she can just use her vagina. That's all she needs. A lot of women might not want to hear that. And yeah, women can work and all of that, but the quickest way is with their vagina. A man, though, definitely has to work and get up there. He definitely has to build. And when he's building, he's not just building just get out the hood or situation he in, wherever he at. He building to have options, choices. When he's making money, he ain't using it to trick on women. Because I see a lot of guys say, you just need money. No, a man's money is for himself and is as a tool to go through life. If he spend any on her, that's because she earned it with her devotion to his mission. She did something to earn it, or she part of his family and his boundary, and he's just supporting his boundary. But other than that, if he ain't in a relationship, that money is to work on himself. Have money to go to the gym, have money to buy the fly clothes. That's one. Have money to live where he wants to live and have the car he wants. But then also, if people notice, if the more money you make, you can join different networks, everything. You got access to certain places, certain clubs. You can elevate yourself. You can use it for continuing education to broaden your knowledge. And as you do all that, all of that works into giving you more options with women to deal with them on the terms that you want to deal with them. You ain't dealing with some woman just because nobody else will deal with you, or this is the best you can get. You only dealing with that woman because the quality that she represents is something that you can take. In fact, a man wants to get to the point where he can settle. This way he want to get, regardless of whether or not he trying to be player, whatever. He want to get to the point where if he meet a quality woman, he can settle with her despite having 10 other women standing behind her that's trying to get what you too. Now, this ain't saying just settle with that woman if you don't want to, right? Or just being that one thing. It's about the options, because at the same time, you might just say, hey, bump that. I want to take that one woman and the 10 behind her too. But you still got to be at a place where you have the option to do so. And whatever option you take, it has to be that something that strengthens your own mission and purpose and what you want to do in life and how the way you want to live. But options is power. So a man must have those things. So that's all I got for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.